Hey, what's going on? What's going on? What's going on, friends and family? It's Sunday afternoon, and of course, this is another video. This video is going to be about what keeping it real really is. And you know, my mind frame and my thoughts on this situation was more of, you know, I come from a cultural background where you come from is important. Now, where you come from doesn't dictate exactly who you are, but it's a large part of who you are. So there's a stress on, you know, not forgetting your roots, not forgetting where you come from, and not forgetting the people who were there for you when you were in a certain position in life. So there's a certain loyalty that you have to a set of friends or family or whatever the case is, because they were down in the trenches. You know, like you might have come into a certain knowledge, and that knowledge has allowed you to make better decisions and ultimately live a better life. Or you may have had a certain amount of success in being able to get out of a certain position. And so even though you've obtained the knowledge that has led you to live a better life, or even though you've had certain success, you still don't want to feel like, you know, I'm better, or I'm leaving the ones who were with me before I had this to the side, you know. But the thing is, here's two things that I'm talking about. Now, when you change and you're trying to direct your old associates or your family towards this change, they feel like you're not keeping it real. And that's a very destructive thing to say, because what's realer than trying to direct a person into a positive way of living? What's more realer? You know, I tell you this, what I don't like, and I don't care how anyone feels or what they feel or how they feel. I do not approve of anyone being successful or obtaining a knowledge and living a better life and looking down at the people who are not able to do so as of this point. I frown upon that. I disapprove of that, because I was always taught that if somebody's extending a hand to help you, if somebody extends a hand to help pull you out of a situation, you're supposed to reach back with your other hand and pull somebody else out of a situation. You never look down on the people that were there for you. You never look down on the people where you come from. Never. Never. And even as Christians, we're not taught to look down on folks. And that's why I use the word non-witness more than worldly, because non-witness is, you know, hey, they haven't come into the appreciation of the truth, but maybe they will. But the point is, either way, I don't approve of people who totally abandon individuals in that sense. But at the same time, I come from a culture where guys are more fixated with keeping it real with their buddies than trying to help their buddies really keep it real. Like, I'm this type of person when you're talking about keeping it real. You'll have a homeboy that knows you got a family and you got a living situation, right? And the reality is, you don't need to be doing anything that's going to compromise your freedom or your family's welfare. That's keeping it real. But you'll have a dude who will sit up there and want you to tag along with some mess instead of keeping it real and saying, look, hey, man, you don't need to be into this. You don't need to be doing this. You know, the person call themselves your friend or being a true friend and being real, well, that's not reality. Like, if I had beef with somebody and I knew that I was going to retaliate, I wouldn't get my homeboy. I wouldn't, you know, ain't no way in the world that I would risk a man losing his freedom knowing he has children or some type of situation like that for something that I'm going to have to handle as a man. And I'm not saying that I handle things that way now. You know, I go about things in a peaceful manner and let the Most High deal with things, but I will defend myself. But that's not keeping it real. You see what I'm saying? And so don't think that you're keeping it real or you're helping individuals by not standing up and saying something. You know, you got people, and that's why I say as males, if keeping it real is you want better for your friends. You want better for your family. It's not constantly throwing your lifestyle or how great you're doing in their face every 24/7. It's not lecturing them. It's not judging them. It's not looking at them like ill. You know, those kind of people. No, but it's being real. Like me, if one of my friends is doing something that I don't like, you're going to see the objection in my face. Y'all know I can't hide it. And if I see you doing something that's not cool, I might talk your head off. And after I finish talking, whatever you do, I'm not going to feel guilty about it because I did my best. And a lot of friends fail their other friends. A lot of family fail their other family members because they're too concerned about a confrontation. They're too concerned about, I'm not going to judge. It ain't about no judging. It's about if you love somebody, you're going to say something. Because if you see a friend headed this way and headed the wrong way and you don't say nothing, you have failed your friend. That's plain and simple. Oh, yeah, you can't stop grown people from doing things. That's true. You can't force nobody to do right. That's also true. But if you don't try, if you don't say nothing, you failed them. Point blank, period. So keeping it real and loyalty is not, you know, going backwards when you know you're doing better. And now you go back with your friends or you around your friends, and instead of trying to motivate them to go this way, you hanging around with them doing the same old stuff because you're afraid that if you don't do the things that they're doing and you try to motivate them to do something better, or you're not keeping it real, you know, you different now. That's stupid. That's not real. That's not real. Okay, you used to smoke cigarettes with your friends or with your peoples. Now you don't smoke cigarettes because you can appreciate biblically what it says. But above all, the only reason why it's in the Bible is because Jehovah knows, or God knows, that stuff is bad for your health. You know, before the Surgeon General is in the Word. So you shouldn't feel obligated. You know, if you visit a friend or you say hi or you wondering about a friend or something like that or a family member, I got to pick up a cigarette just to make them feel comfortable when you know, yo, this is bad for you. And I'm not going to follow you in this deed just to appease you. I want better for you. So that's what a lot of men got to realize. A lot of young, like me, probably until the day I die, I will always be able to identify with the disenfranchised young black men. Always. I'm blessed with a knowledge that surpasses all knowledge. I'm blessed with a spiritual family. I'm blessed with a relationship with the creator of all things. But at the same time, I will always understand and empathize with the plight of young men. And really all young men, but especially young black men. At the same time, I'm not going to revert backwards or continue you know, to go about in ignorance, you know, just to satisfy you or just to keep it real when that's not real. That's just like if somebody say, yo, let's go do this and do that with these females, and I'm going to treat a female like this, and I'm going to do it any old kind of way. You know, like, all right, this is a case of what I'm talking about. Had a cousin or whatever. Cousin is trying to figure out, why is his baby mother so mad? You know, why my baby mother so mad? She always hollering. She always this and that. And, you know, I had to tell him, like, I can't feel sorry for you, cuz. You know what you doing. You won't want nobody to do that to your mother. You know you cheating. You know you doing certain things. You got a mother and you got a daughter. You know that you would not want nobody to do that to your mother or your daughter. See, that's keeping it real. That's really being loyal to a companion or old friend or old family because a member because you want them to do right. One time, and this is what keeping it real really is, right? One time my cousin calls me up. He says, man, I'm about to get into it with this guy, right? I'm about to get into it with this guy. He calls me up, right? Right, y'all? He calls me up and he says, I'm about to get into it with this guy. His problem was he was tired of the guy making sexual advances at the mother of his children. So he was saying he was going to go down there and he was going to, you know, fight the guy or assault the guy. I'm a real friend that keeps it real. I told him, I said, how do you know for sure that that guy knows that that's the mother of your children? So he said, well, you know, she driving the same truck I drive. I said, but let me ask you another question. I said, how many times have you stepped to a girl and they told you that they're with the father of their children and yet you still date her, or yet you still fool around and have sex with the girl? So I said, even if she said, I got a baby father, he's still going to try because there have been girls that have still stepped out on their baby fathers. Then I told him, I said, so let me get this straight. So let's just say you go down there and you get in a confrontation with this guy. What is it going to resolve? Because you know those guys on that particular corner, they got guns. So even if you got a gun, okay, you shoot the guy, right? You're going to get locked up. You're going to be taken away from your children. And guess what? The mother of your children can still cheat on you while you're in jail. Or the guy shoots and kills you. You pass away. The kids have no father. And the girl still cheats on you. I said, you got to think about your children. And this store where this guy was, that was saying whatever to the mother of his children, is right around the corner from his mother's house. So what if he beats the guy up? The guy doesn't retaliate, but somehow he shoots up the mother's house. But see, a so-called friend that's keeping it real would have said, man, yeah, man, go down there and hit that guy in his mouth, or he disrespecting your baby mother, or I wouldn't take that, man. Matter of fact, I'm going to come and fight with you. Man, I'm gonna come beat him up, Hannah. Like, why are you telling your boy that? You know it's only going to end in one way. If you really care about that guy, you would try to talk him and you know what? Because I talked to my cousin like that, he didn't do it. He's still alive. He ain't shoot nobody. Nobody shot him because I didn't pump his head up full of mess, trying to keep it real. And so that's why I say, man, all my guys out there, you know, it get to a certain point where you guys got to mature, man, out of this mess. I got brothers that's still in the struggle. I got cousins and they still think this way. But like I said, I'm going to keep it real with you. My love and my loyalty is not going to stop me from telling you what you need to know. I'm not going to tell you something wrong in order to appease you or have you feel like, man, he keeping it real. No, that's not keeping it real, because that's the wrong way. That's the wrong path to go. So, all of my folks that's listening to this, man, if you got friends or family or anybody else that you see going down the wrong road, your love for them, well, first of all, you're not going to satisfy everybody, okay? Some people you're going to have to cut off association because they're doing too many things that can compromise your way of living, your spirituality, your family, etc. And then there's some people that if you have an opportunity to help them and they listen, man, don't hold back. A lot of people hold back in fear. You're not helping your friends when you hold back and don't say nothing. You're not. You're not helping your friends when you don't say anything, when you don't speak up. You're not. You're not. So if you have an opportunity to keep it real, I mean, really real, let a person know that, hey, this is better. And like I said, I feel sorry for a lot of guys, because a lot of guys don't even know that there's other options outside. And even when you tell them, it's not a reality to you. I could tell a person about Bermuda all day, man. It's beautiful. They got cheap tickets to go. It's the most beautiful place in the earth. But they ain't gonna some people ain't never gonna go there. So no matter how much I talk about it, it's not a reality to them. But that's how it is sometimes with guys, man. You try to tell them that it's better out here and they can't see it because they stuck in one mode. This is all they know. And it's sad. But man, the message is, man, if you want to keep it real, if you want to be loyal to somebody, really show loyalty, first is loyalty to the Most High. But if you want to show loyalty and really keep it real with your friends and family, don't hold back. If they doing something wrong or they headed a certain way, and you, like I said, we're not a judges. Don't make that excuse. I'm not a judge, man. Whatever. You ain't judging them, but you're trying to redirect a behavior or something that's ultimately going to hurt them. And your real loyalty and you're keeping it real with them should try to help you help them. Hey, man, peace and love. All right, I'm out.